live now. There we go.
Yay. Everyone
Um,
is live.
yeah, I never logged out and logged back in on this. I did on my PS5 when I streamed some Madden, but I didn't do it on this. Um, yeah, when I want to start hitting record.
What up?
Let me know when you're good. And I'll hit record.
All right, dragging your comment section over, and I am good.
All right, I record now. Okay, I think I was recording, but it kind of just gave me a pinwheel. Anyways, welcome to the Wrestling Mats. I'm Matt. That's Matt, hence the name Wrestling Mats. We're going to try to make something interesting out of conversation as it deals with tonight's Raw, which,
Yeah.
And besides that, we'll probably talk a little bit about Karrion Kross's situation, or Killer Kross, he's going by now. Back to his older name, and Scarlett's old indie stuff is going on. Maybe throw in a slight little bit of AEW, as I was at Dynamite this past week. And that's about it. I'll probably throw some topics in as soon as we get bored with Raw, which was instantly.
I'm already yawning about it.
All right. Where do you want to start? Is there anything within Raw we want to talk about that you don't want to miss that we should just do right now and get out of the way?
It was just so kind of mediocre, nothing going on. Everything was pretty predictable. Just yeah, it was a show, but honestly, this could have been an untelevised show. It was that kind of
no untelevised shows are fun. Don't do that. Don't disparage house show names.
You mean they could have made it fun?
Oh,
this one wasn't. It was just
no. Well, let's start with this. Okay. The first thing that happened in the night was, and it actually was announced on socials earlier, was Naomi wasn't medically cleared to wrestle.
Oh yeah, that whole.
Do we think this is an angle?
What really is going on?
Do we think
here?
she missed a flight, or a flight got canceled? Something out of her control? Because man, travel's a real pain in the ass right now.
Some people are trying to think it's the bump she took off of her little
all gas, no brakes. Yeah. Never listen to Fatu again.
Went head over heels.
Yeah,
she went up that little thing covering probably wires, I think.
Yeah,
but yeah. Oh, of course, my brother shows up in Discord now.
Sounds about right.
Oh, even nothing. But yeah. Sorry, not to go off topic there. Yeah, it's just I don't know. It seems like it might like it was a missed flight or something.
It's more likely that. I hope it's that. I hope she didn't have an actual injury or a tweak or anything like that. But yeah. It is pretty. I mean, people are gonna obviously jump to conclusions with the last or second to last tweet or post she made was the crash with the suitcase.
Well, everything scooter. Now is trying to figure out angles in wrestling. Like, is this a work? Is it a shoot? What the fuck's kayfabe here?
Right. So it's probably, and hopefully we're right about this, but I'm imagining, me personally thinking it's a missed. I don't say missed flight because I put it in Naomi, a canceled flight even, or a connecting flight that took off before the first flight landed. This kind of stuff happens all the time now in travel, and it sucks.
Yeah, my work yelled at me years ago about that. I'm like, what do you want? I landed and my connecting flight was gone, and it was.
I waved at my plane as I landed, and it was taking off. Like, what do you want from me?
I don't even think I was in the same state at that point. It just, what can I do? I got to get a hotel and come back the next.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
And get on a plane.
Yep.
And I still showed up that same day, halfway through like the shift, and showed up and worked. I got from the airport to work and worked.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's not much more they can ask for when you come from the airport.
Yeah, the place didn't fucking burn down. Like, I showed up on my lunch break, if anything. Oh no!
Right, took a half day.
Yeah, fucking assholes.
Yeah, that's pretty lame. But
dumb. It would have been fine.
So yeah, that was the first thing and really the only thing that stuck out to me at all. So they pivoted, I assume, and they had EO face off against Roxanne.
Yeah,
that would.
Can you see your chat?
No.
You got Ghostface 2245 here. The finish to Raw is getting repetitive. with the way this is going, I wouldn't be shocked if Raw before Clash in Paris ends with Knight, Punk, and Jay fighting over the world title like a toy. I pretty much with them on that because
Yeah, no,
yeah,
it makes sense.
this is how this is all getting. Even at the end there, where Seth's just like, "I see what you're doing here. We all do." It's, it's ridiculous. It's like going back
Hmm.
to what was it? Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and I'm forgetting the third friggin' banana. Just Naomi, I think. Just like it's gonna be a fatal three way. It's one of the last things that happened the last few months. It was so predictable. It was like, okay, this one's gonna interfere here, costing them that, and then it's just gonna be the three of them. It's just they're the for like maybe some of the main stories up to like WrestleMania, like okay, they're going in ways that maybe we're not predicting for WrestleMania, but throughout the rest of the year, they're getting sloppy and just predictable. They're there's no shock there, and we're getting bored with it.
100%. Sorry, Ghostface. I completely missed that because in Streamlabs I got to sign out and sign back in again. I haven't done it because I'm lazy, so I didn't see my chat. But I brought it up over here now. Um, yeah. Well, I wonder what happens. I wonder if maybe there's just too much in creative that they have to deal with between the TV show and now supposedly scheduling a pay per view just to counter program AEW again in September. Like, I wonder if there's just so much going on. The deal moving over to ESPN, like, does creative get lost? Like, do they not know? Do they just stay outline drafts just because it's easy for now, or do they finish off something else and then take a minute to try to like? Are they not overlapping their ideas any because they're just like, oh, that storyline's done now. What do I do next? Like without it being planned out before the end of that. Like I don't understand these laws we seem to have. We have great long term storytelling, and then laws that just take over. Like you know, you have a good storyline going with Roman and Jay or Solo and this and that, and you should have mid build the Rhea Ripley whatever story going. So this takes priority once this one ends. You know, don't leave me with the only ongoing story being Sheamus and Rusev. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like they're following like a basic recipe for some of this other stuff. We're reading your comment now.
You know what? I'll be honest, Ghostface. I was actually a little bit tied up watching Wrestling Society X from 2007. I missed that. That's a good point. If the Naomi angle is actually built into the story and the Kabuki Warriors are the cause of that, that actually has my attention. I don't know really what that does for Io though. That hurts her a little bit. She means she has a good story, but she's nowhere near the title then because she's gonna have to. Essentially, they're gonna find that out, and then she's gonna have to deal with her previous tag team then.
Hmm.
So I mean, I like it, and that would make a lot more sense for Naomi being out as an angle. I like that a lot actually, but that kind of pulls Io away from the title belt for a while as she discovers that her former friends are slowing down her dream aspirations of getting her belt back.
Yeah, well, Asuka did first kind of come back saying like they're you know the group's over with and is just she's just considering herself a tag team now, and it seems like Io's on the outs.
Yeah, but then they keep coming to her.
Yeah, well, because she's in the running for title shots, and they're not. I don't know. It's not the greatest storytelling at the moment for that.
I saw one person mention they thought Naomi might be pregnant. I didn't go searching too much on Twitter or anything like that. So if there's more, I might have just missed it. Yeah, that would really.
Boy, heck of a bad time to get pregnant. She's like one of the top women in the company because of this angle she's taken, and
Listen, I don't know how.
she's gonna take
I don't know
herself
how to
out.
respond. I don't want to be like it's a bad time to get pregnant. If she wanted to get pregnant, then I guess there isn't a bad time to get pregnant. But
I
professionally speaking, it would be
This is one of the bigger angles or pushes she's had in her career, isn't it?
correct.
Respectively.
Correct. Professionally, I would agree with you 100%. But if she was planning or trying to get pregnant and it just so happened to line up at this time, it's unfortunate professionally. But I never want to be like, hey, you screwed up because you wanted to have a kid.
No, it's not.
You know what I
It's
mean? I don't want to
not
put it that way.
screwing up. It's just, oh shit, the timing. You're starting to like have one of these moments in your career where you explode, and then, oh crap, I'm having a baby.
There's a way to look at it. If Jimmy really decided, if I ain't gonna be a singles champ, you ain't. Oh, that was a good joke. That was good. That was a good joke. Yeah.
This ass can carry a baby for 9 months.
Oh man, maybe that was his thought. Like, ah, shit, I lost the belt. She has a belt. I'm gonna be a stay-at-home dad because she's got the belt, making the money. Like, damn, that's not.
I'll knock her
There's a
up and
little
get out
bit
of
of like
this.
a little bit of a conspiracy theory there, but like, it makes sense on paper. It makes sense on paper. And thanks for the follow, Ghostface. That's awesome. But yeah, I hadn't even considered that. That never even crossed my mind.
Man. Yeah, it's just,
I mean, hey, she's the one talking about taking back shots from Jimmy all the time. Like that's her Twitter profile stuff. That's like her angle for stuff. So like, hey, who knows?
well, then she's not taking back shots anymore.
No,
He's pumping and
no.
dumping.
Yep.
Uh,
Oh my goodness.
it's just one of the pitfalls of being a woman with a career, especially one that's physical.
It's tough. I mean, I couldn't imagine, honestly.
That's pretty
It
good.
just keeps growing. The bloodline just keeps getting bigger.
Oh god, they made another one.
Oh man. That's so good. That's so good.
Continue the dynasty.
Oh my goodness.
Well, at least when we're in wheelchairs in a old folks' home, we'll still be watching, the bloodline win titles.
It's never gonna end,
Just
man.
keep making
it's never
them.
gonna end.
I remember when you were conceived. Yeah.
What was the thing we wanted to make sure we hit on? Because again, yeah, Raw was kind of rough tonight. Oh, Karrion Kross
Yeah.
and Scarlett actually gone. A work, maybe something in the middle right. Something in the middle right now. What are your thoughts on it? I'll do mine, and then Ghostface, if you want to jump in,
Yeah.
give us your opinion on what going on with Cross.
I kind of got influenced by Primetime Sam Roberts. They're kind of talking about like it's almost like the new version of kayfabe, where they just run it into just real life just happenings and just blur it into it naturally. He could be coming back in like a few months. Forget about him. They worked at Indies for a bit.
So good.
I don't really know. I do know they posted new T-shirts they got out. So if anyone's looking to support them, they got a way that WWE isn't going to be taking a cut on wrestling tees. So that's
Okay, so wait, does he actually have shirts on wrestling tees?
yeah. They just
Okay.
I saw the post on Instagram. It was from like probably about 6 hours ago now.
Okay.
So
they do
look new.
occasionally let people do runs on wrestling tees, even if they're under contract. So for a while, NXT people could have. So like Gargano still had shirts for a while when he's in NXT on wrestling, pro wrestling tees. They let um, El
That's right.
Generico. Sorry, I blanked on. I read Ghostface's comment and then I was trying to think of El
Yeah.
Generico and I forgot.
I
So
like the
Sami
idea. I
Zayn's
bought a
alter
ticket.
ego, uh, El Generico had a 24-hour run where he had a shirt or two on pro wrestling tees. So they might be under contract or not. I'm gonna jump in with the comment that Ghostface made, which is thought Cross was gonna attack Sammy on the ramp during the commercial and be like, "I bought a ticket." Yes, but maybe not now. I agree that that's something they could have done, but so here's my thought. My thought is that this could go either way, and it's a win-win for WWE. Um, they are all about this blending of the lines, like you said, but they don't know what's real, what's not real, and so on. So they've never done this before. And to be fair, there was a very lengthy conversation between Bubba and the other host on Busted Open about this. And they both had opposite sides. It was great for radio. I don't know if they actually believed what they were saying, but it was definitely opposing opinions. But, anyways, I don't think they had any plans for Cross. I do think the fans brought Cross into relevance. Um, it was interesting to see that Heyman was talking about Cross and compared him to
Stone Cold.
Austin. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then talked about how sometimes they slow burn things purposely to make the fans feel like they're making this a more important thing. That's interesting. That's true. Apparently, the crowd was chanting "We want Cross" at one point, but was muted on TV. And that's interesting if that is actually bleeped out. If they actually did censor that and mute that, because the two angles are this: one, I don't think they had anything to do for Cross, but Cross got elevated with his little promo and the fan base jumping in. So if you're WB, you do let him go and you let him walk, especially if you're taking this from the Paul Heyman scenario, which is you let him leave because you want the crowd to be mad, voice their opinion, and feel like they're building this star up even more. So if you're Triple H and you're top execs, you let the crowd think that they're going to voice their, make their voice heard the same way they would R-Truth. And you let this slow burn until there's such a frenzy for this guy to come back, at which point you bring him back then, and the crowd feels like they influenced it.
Kind of like the opportunity they never could have had with Punk because Punk was so done when they were chanting his name at
Right.
arenas that he wasn't at, and he was not going to come back to them because he'd need that decade to get fucking over everything. Not only himself, but just the shit he went through.
Yep. I'm gonna get to that comment in a second there, Ghostface. But it really does let the crowd feel like they're influencing stuff. And also at the same time, that slow burn is going to bring that thing to such a boil where Karrion Kross could do something like Ghostface just said, which is, albeit finding it highly unlikely, Kross coming back and attacking Roman would be a huge way of revealing that the fourth member of Seth's crew is Kross.
Oh, I kind of
We
want.
talked about that briefly. We talked about Kross being the fourth member.
Yeah, we did because we were trying to figure out what are you gonna do with him, and he's being like such a like trying to get under everybody's skin. He's playing the devil on everybody's shoulder, and that could have really worked with Seth's group.
Right. But I think if you let him go, let him have this slow burn, I think the likelihood of him coming back and attacking Roman makes way more sense because the fever pitch for this guy would be way higher at that point. Kind of like how R-Truth's, the anticipation for him coming back was so high after he was cut because the crowd felt like they brought him back. The same thing could be happening here. I think they should. I don't know if they will. They could also cut him, and if he doesn't continue to simmer the way he is, if the book signings, the lines aren't super long, the indie matches dry up a little bit, Scarlett out starts to outshine him a little bit with her antics on the indie scene. They just let him leave. They don't bring him back, and it's over. But
Before we get too far away from the I bought a ticket sort of thing of like jumping them on the ramp or whatever, whether it's Roman or Sammy or whatever they do with that. I also kind of had the idea of like do that on like the SmackDown or Raw before the pay-per-view, whatever you have to do, and then on the night of that pay-per-view you seat him hard camera side right next to green shirt guy for just the whole thing and just heckle the shit out of everybody.
I would love just to have him show up at events, just say next to green
Just
shirt
be
guy,
his biggest
just
buddy,
be there.
throw his arm around
Don't
him
have
and
to
everything.
do anything. Let him just do it for months. That'd be fantastic.
It'd be really good. But I also like the surprise comeback for Roman being part of Seth's crew. So kind of torn. Like one's kind of funny as hell and one's more of a big surprise.
So Wood said TikTok and Jay using cross during the show, saying cross during the show. Questioning whether or not they're alluding that they've been worked again, or are they getting WWE stars to just take the piss, essentially say that just to do it? Good question. Don't know. The reports I've read everywhere is that a lot of the superstars don't know if it's legit or not. They don't know if he's been fired and they're just this is all real, or if the higher ups are very secretive about it for right now.
Maybe that's kind of the best way to keep it, is like keep them guessing. Like they didn't come to agreement now. Maybe they do later on down the road, but maybe they are setting up an angle, or maybe they can't come to an agreement with something and you end up seeing them on the indies or AEW, maybe even TNA. I don't know.
TNA is an interesting one. TNA will always make me at this point now feel like there might be still more involvement with WWE since they're partnered.
Mm-hmm.
AEW would obviously officially end any speculation of what's going on, because once you're there, you're not. So, I don't know. It's hard to say. I think there's a wait and see approach. I think, and the way WWE is telling stories right now, I don't think it's happening. Maybe until Survivor Series would be the earliest. I think they're going to let him run around, and if he can continue to build this momentum, perhaps they bring him back at Survivor Series, hopefully as Seth's fourth. I think that'd be a great idea personally, but
yeah, because we have been saying it's kind of awkward where it's just like the three of them and Paul Heyman. Like it definitely feels like there's an element missing.
Yeah, they could definitely use another guy, and I think Cross would be great for that.
Because right now they have few too many where they keep getting kind of stopped because they don't have enough numbers. It's really just the three of them.
Well, they have enough numbers because there really isn't besides Judgment Day, there's not really a faction bigger than them. But the problem is they just keep pissing off every faction.
I mean, Solos factions bigger.
That's not even the same show. They shouldn't even be here.
And even when our baby faces aren't smacking each other around, they're a big enough force to oppose them and outnumber them at times. So,
but because they pissed them all off.
Yeah, I get it.
They picked a multi front war. There we go.
They're not big enough to oppose any of the other.
You tell
factions.
Bronson Reed he ain't big enough for anything. Tell him he's not big enough for.
I'm sorry, but when CM Punk can take you out, you're not big enough.
Listen, just do two laps around the ring. He's 47 years old. He's almost 100 according to Steiner math. It's fine. Just he'll get tired out. Problem solved.
Just don't fall on your ankles when you do a tsunami, please.
Oh, God.
Kick your fucking knees back, for Christ's sake.
The WWE has been known to ignore fans, though.
Yeah.
They do what they want. Um, it has bit them a couple times, but apparently not enough if they're a multi-billion-dollar company.
They were really
Uh,
reluctant to put Daniel Bryan over. That whole yes movement, it that took him a real long time to go like, okay, fucking fine. And even that, it felt like, okay, fucking fine. Here's your
well, I
guy.
mean, he had to win 2 matches in one night, did he not? Pretty sure to win 2 matches in one night.
I don't remember the stipulation. I just remember them just not listening.
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't part of their plans, and sometimes the fans do dictate it and change it, and that's probably one of those, almost definitely one of those situations where it did.
But
But
even
um,
not this WrestleMania, but last WrestleMania, they were gonna fucking sub out Cody. You know, he won the Rumble for The Rock to go against Roman, and the fans went like, "What the fuck? No!" You just fucking showed up because you came back from Hollywood and you want to fucking relive fucking The Rock days and the millions of fans. Like, fucking go back in the back. So, no, they had a good history of not listening.
that would be great. Triple H not being at Raw, Cross and Scarlett abducting him. That'd be a good storyline. Going back towards like a Ministry of Darkness type scenario there.
And Triple H having to be all relaxed too, like, come on, Cross, just let me go. I can't yell because of my heart, okay?
Yeah, let's calm it down. We
got,
can't get too excited here.
I got kids. Come on, can't we just work something out here? Like, don't make me yell.
My wife will kick your ass. You have no idea. Have you seen all of her workout videos? She is going to kick your ass when this is done. That'd be a great storyline. I hope they bring him back. I think they will, as long as the fever pitch for him stays where it's at. And if they want to, they can make that happen. But they may be forcing Cross to do it on his own.
Yeah.
Like he may have to keep that buzz going on his own.
If the fans start to kind of, or if the wrestlers start to kind of talk about it while those chants are going, I think that would probably be worthwhile for them to kind of like whip up the want to be like, no, fucking listen to us.
I mean, you would hope. Yeah, I would just. Who would get the royalties for that? Would Triple H or would that come back to Heath again? I'm sure Heath Slater could use the money because he's got kids.
I don't know, but if we go that route, Triple H has to use the not Triple H, Cross has to use the Brock Lesnar line of I don't give a fuck about your kids. You gotta come back with that.
Cross versus Triple H would give me vibes of Austin versus Vince, the rebel against the machine.
Yeah, but the only problem is Triple H can't compete. He can't actually take it to the point of a crescendo to
either
have
could
a
Vince.
match.
Vince blew out both quads getting in the ring one time.
Yeah, but he didn't have a bad ticker. Triple H does now.
No, but you would do the same thing Vince did, and you would line up your henchmen along the way. He always had, whether it be The Rock or somebody.
But eventually Vince had matches with Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Triple H can't do that now. Unless it's just he gets in there for a squash match and gets just taken out.
I'm trying to
instantly.
think who he could bring back as a avatar for himself, essentially. You would think members of DX, but Billy Gunn's busy. Xbox, no match.
Batista, if he wasn't so soured on the business. Randy
could be someone he used.
Randy's like the only option, really.
Randy makes the most sense with Evolution. I'll give you that. Batista lost a lot of weight. So, like, a lot of the muscle mass and stuff. He got healthy for his age by dropping a lot of that mass.
Yeah. But, yeah, he could recruit people to fight for him. Absolutely.
Yeah, like Vince did the same thing against Austin. He always had his line of people. And then he was the head of the biggest head count ever in a faction. He was head of the corporate ministry, which I was pretty sure was 2/3 of the roster.
Okay, they had a lot, but they didn't have that much.
It was a lot. I will look it up before the
Okay,
next show, but it
all
was a
right, it's
lot.
quite a bit. You had the Ministry of Darkness, the Brood, had Triple H in China. You didn't quite have all of DX at that point, though.
Not everybody on DX, no.
No, so
He could recruit Sammy. I mean, Sammy was his guy. NXT was his baby. I think everybody in NXT was his guy, honestly. Owens, Sammy. Finn didn't feel like his guy, but I assume he had to be because he had the belt on Finn for so long in NXT. But Asuka was definitely one of his favorites there. But I could see Sammy being one of his guys. You know, Sammy, if corporate, if you believed in what WWE is doing now versus what it was, being a good company, all the Make the Wish Foundation stuff, things like that, I could see Sammy being a corporate good guy essentially if you make the corporation good. I don't know what Nakamura's doing right now. He was hanging out in the back a couple of SmackDowns ago. Did he have a match recently?
what's Samoa Joe doing at this point? Is he a producer for some show?
Wrong company. Wrong Joe.
Wrong Joe? What Joe am I not thinking of?
I'm thinking maybe he's thinking Joe Henry.
Oh. Okay.
Because I think Samoa Joe is still working for AEW, I thought.
Yeah, I just see just... that's what my mind goes to when I just see Joe. I start thinking
that's
Samoa
fair.
Joe first.
And maybe I'm wrong, but I thought Joe was still working for... Samoa was still working for AEW, I thought.
That's why I was questioning. I'm like, is he working as a producer? Is he actually wrestling? I thought he might have...
Do we think the corporation would be the bad guy? Because then I could see Nakamura doing it. But I can't see bringing Karrion Kross back as a bad guy. He has to be like the anti-hero. Like he's not going to be the baby face per se with his persona and trying to get people to be evil.
Yeah, I've always seen him kind of like he's Lucifer. Where it's just like he's kind of good, but he's like fighting against what is perceived to be good. It's a very weird way to put that, I know, but
like false goods?
Kinda. Like these things that you perceive to be good are actually bad. I'm going to tell you why.
Here's the one that I don't know, Ghostface. I agree with you. Seth will always be his number one pet project. He is going back to the Sting days when Sting was there for a second and stuff like that. I agree 100%. And the end of the Shield. So I think The Rock complicated things a lot, personally. Because I feel like Seth is the corporate champion, 100%. But when The Rock was like, I need to pick my champion, it felt like he was picking a champion for TKO, and then Rock disappeared. And to me, I said this last week, and...
We're going to go into this again? Oh, boy.
I'm going to keep it short.
Okay.
The Rock robbed us of 4 months of John Cena's farewell tour. The idea of heel Rock... a heel Cena with Rock as corporation champion, stuff like that, could have been epic. But for The Rock to do that and then just peace out for 4 months and give us John Cena that felt half-hearted bad guy, sucked. And I blame The Rock for that. But anyways, that was his corporate champion. Travis Scott definitely did not do any favors either.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't happy with Travis Scott being a figure that did anything really outside of, like, if he wanted to be like the henchman to The Rock and show up all the time like a minion, I was fine with that. But like Travis Scott by himself made no sense to me.
Yeah.
But just trying to wrap this up quickly and get back to the point was Triple H being corporation guy now, like if he picks his champions, it's going to feel a lot like The Rock again picking his corporate champion as well, his champion. Like there's going to be some way that Triple H has to distinguish himself. That I'm not The Rock. I'm.
Oh, okay. I know how he can do it. He's already doing it. He'll be fucking there for practically every goddamn show. Because The Rock needed to show up at WrestleMania, drop the ball there, and his saving grace would have been showing up at fucking SummerSlam to try and make this make any sense at all. And he didn't show up there either because they already knew he wasn't coming. That's why John Cena did that little face turn promo right before SummerSlam. That's how
Correct.
he does it. He just is there and is a part of it. And he's already there because he's producing the show.
But yes, but
Sorry,
and Ghostface, I 100% do want to talk about Bailey. So we'll get to that in just 1 second. Let's just finish up this conversation with this. I agree, but they need a concise, nice way to distinguish the difference between Triple H's champion and whatever the hell The Rock screwed up. And I love The Rock, but whatever the hell he screwed up, they need to make sure that that line is distinctly different. And then Seth could be the group, and then 100% Karrion Kross could come back and battle Triple H's Seth designed champion as a babyface. I think that could all work out, but they got to figure out how to distinguish this as a separate entity than the Rock storyline, because the Rock really fucked things up, in my opinion.
Well, the Rock was doing this weird, mysterious, like bad guy come to the dark side thing. You don't do that with Triple H at this point, because at this point, I mean, you could turn him in a way heel, but I mean, it kind of works to have him as almost just like, I don't know if like ignorant dumb guy that like, oh, just everything's going well, and just producing the show and everything's working out great, except you're partially not listening to the fans,
right?
But
yeah, I think you 100% almost have to have Triple H turn on The Rock, essentially, as, you know, for whatever reason, whether it be he's busy, whether he's a flake, whatever it is, but Triple H has to be like, I'm the heart of this company. I'm the heart of WWE. I am in charge of this, and this has and always will be my corporate champion.
Yeah.
Yes, The Rock is totally that bro that's like, in your friend group, makes plans for himself after one night out. Yeah. He's like, I'm going to do this, and this. It sounds great that first night that they're all out hanging out, but after that, you never see him again.
Yeah, fucking gone.
Yep. 100%.
So return of Depression Bailey.
Yes.
Huh.
Now, I thought that video package was interesting right off the bat. She had like a weird video warp at the end of her video package.
I am the game.
Yeah.
And I positively suck.
Something along those same lines. Exactly. He has to take charge away from The Rock, and The Rock just needs to stay away for a while. Eventually, if The Rock wants to pick someone to battle Triple H's corporate people, that's fine. But like for now, The Rock, in my opinion, needs to just stay away. I feel like he really soured the taste of a lot of the fans that watch weekly. That's all.
Yeah. He ruined it.
I don't know. I like Bailey, and I'm curious to see what happens. At first, she got cut from Mania. Then she didn't appear on a 2-night SummerSlam, and everyone was starting to wonder, like, is Bailey done with WWE? Is this like the writing on the wall that this is going to go away? Then she was at the AEW pay-per-view, hanging out with Mercedes, and people were really like, okay, maybe this is it. But now that they're working it into a storyline, it makes me wonder, like, I'm thinking they don't want to lose her to AEW, because they know that if she leaves, she's going AEW and she's hanging out with her best friend.
Yeah.
So they don't want to lose her for sure. They want to keep her there, but I don't know what they plan on doing. Depressed Bailey is an interesting one, and I thought it was weird that she just wasn't just depressed. There was like a video effect to the end of her promo, and I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know if they were trying to go something more like evil with it, or if it was just to emphasize how depressed she was. Oh, Triple H boys tonight. Bailey is depressed. For the first time since before she turned heel. In 2019. Uh,
Indeed.
yeah, yeah.
With that one, just for me, I guess I'm just sitting on that one, seeing where it's gonna go. Um, I I, the only thing I could like sort of like compare that to is like how they did the whole thing in NXT with what was that, the forgetting it, I'm losing in the moment, uh, the little university thing they were doing.
Chase you.
Yeah, Chase U, or Chase all of a sudden was getting all depressed with that and just like, oh, I've given up and quitting. It's just like, the storyline sucks. And it sucked for like a couple months.
What do you think? Okay, Ghostface. Hear me out. Lyra wins the women's world title, and that's the moment this new Bailey snaps. So how does she? So she snaps in a way that makes her heel again, or just kind of crazy and unpredictable? How does this new Bailey work in your mind? No, let him come through with that. I'm on the fence. I don't know what she's gonna do. I don't know if I see a heel or just like chaotic neutral in her future. Um,
I don't know if I'm alone here, but I'm kind of like the three-way, like, uh, enemy, frenemy kind of grouping between the three of them along with Becky. It's getting a little stale uh, on my end of things. Like, anyone else really feeling that? Like, it
I
almost seems
don't.
like it needs to kind of end. It's kind of like CM Punk with Seth all over again,
I'll
and
get
again and
buckle
again.
in
It's
because I
like,
ain't going nowhere.
yeah, it's not. I think you're
Uh,
right. I think that is gonna be like the Mania main event. Those two.
I think they give. I personally still think that as much as I want to see Roman versus Seth, I think it's Seth and Punk wins the belt on night 2. I
Yeah,
think they give him back his moment. Um,
yeah.
I mean, she's already turning heel, but I feel like she's gonna be like a darker, more psychotic version of Bailey. So darker makeup, darker cult slash gothic like gear. I mean,
I'm
that'd be an
sold.
angle. Yeah, I'm not opposed. Um, that would be a new direction for her character. But do you think they worry about overlap? Would that be too much like what Bliss's character was? Do they care? I don't know if they care in creative.
I mean, if they go a little bit of a different look with it and don't make her the gothic cheerleader, I think they can pull it off.
Okay.
Because they got stuff like that kind of like going on with Stephanie Vakir, Rhea Ripley. The three of them don't all look the same.
Her, but I feel like
Goth punk. That would be a new look. That would work.
that would definitely work for her. I wonder though, like each of them have their own goth persona per se. Like they just have a
Mm-hmm.
style, but their personalities are all different. So like Ripley is that whole confident, dummy mommy type of personality.
Yeah, big muscle mommy.
Stephanie is much more of a this is just my look, but I'm a fighter.
She's almost
Like
got like a Wednesday Adams kind of just slow and quiet and just kind of plain face. Just I'm gonna come in here and beat you. She's
Stephanie,
yeah, she smiles
I,
sometimes,
I
but
I feel like maybe at first, but now she's in the back every 2 seconds talking to somebody.
okay, sure. But I mean, with like kind of like her entrance, how she kind of carries herself in the ring,
Yeah,
it's that's how she kind of differs from Rhea.
yeah, no, she's definitely more melodic than Maria. She doesn't come down and stomp her foot and stuff, but
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
right, right, and you're right. There, that's the exact same point that I was talking about earlier. Bailey does rub her temples and that's the same time that the screen does the warp. There's a reverb or an echo in the screen, and you see the screen go whoop whoop as she does it. And you're right, it does have a very much like a fiend, fire fly funhouse type feel to that. That's kind of what I was getting at. That's kind of where I saw that moment at, because she went from like depressed, like what happens next type of like daytime talk show conversation. I'm depressed. What's happening next? To like Dr. Phil, to like horror movie, scary. What is this going? What was that? Why did the film glitch? All in that moment, and I kind of saw that too, and that's kind of why I questioned it. Now, I questioned my earlier question to Matt there was because we have a Sister Abigail. She's just making friends currently and using the F word sparingly in Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Yes. To be fair, though, I think everyone seemed to love Wyndham a lot.
You
I
also get
don't
a
think
women's tag team opportunity with the White Six.
they should already have that, though,
They
because
should.
Bliss was Sister Abigail. Bliss was that character.
Yeah.
I don't mind the idea of Bailey taking over that spot, but how do you deal with the Bliss situation?
Don't address it. She's got something good going with Charlotte.
Did you hear what?
Everyone doesn't hate Charlotte anymore.
That's true. She did do the
Just,
impossible and made
yeah,
everyone like Charlotte.
yeah. It turned her face by just going like, "We're not friends," but kind of we are.
I agree to be a great storytelling, but I don't understand like I don't know how Alexa would. I
It's
like it. There's a lot of potential, but in my brain, I can't fathom the best case scenario. There's a lot of ways to
it's
get there, but
it's
I
almost,
just can't fathom.
you could almost go with like sort of like a, not quite a soul swap, but like the essence of Sister Abigail transfers from
I would
Alexa Bliss to
argue
Bailey.
though that Alexa's character is and this is even including Uncle Howie, the most important character to the Fiend. Like she was essentially controlling the Fiend back then. She came out of a Jack in the Box wearing a crown while her face was pouring black smudge
Yeah.
as she controlled what the Fiend did.
Yeah.
I can't see you being able to replace Bliss's character with anybody else. There could be a power struggle. Maybe you could even have a situation where Charlotte's fighting to keep her friend from going back to Sister Abigail, essentially.
So
But
what if it's just the being of Sister Abigail just finds a host, and Alexa Bliss was the host, and it transfers to Bailey. You have a huge possible
how would it
storyline
transfer to
do
Bailey?
that. You write a fucking storyline. You create something. You have this transition, and you can even show it in Alexa's gear after that happens, and she stays cheerleadery, but you start to lose the goth look, which, okay, yeah, sure, I'm not really that much of a fan of, but there's ways to do it. I mean, you just got to write out something and make it work. I don't
mind.
necessarily
Here's the
how.
idea. I don't like when comic books just change a character to somebody else just to do it. And that's kind of what this feels like to me. That you have a character, but now you kind of want that character to be somebody else. So you're just going to pass the torch to that other person for no reason. Like,
Currently, Alexa Bliss hasn't been Sister Abigail in years now. They haven't.
she actually made I don't remember if it was her or if it was Chelsea Green, but there was talks of the doll. I'm blanking on the doll's name. Coming to life.
Oh, yeah, I'm forgetting Doll's name too. Shit.
And the doll being Chelsea Green.
The fuck.
Chelsea Green being the human representation of the doll. Um, I don't. It's up to. It would be up to them. Alexa loved supposedly. I don't know if she wants to change. It could happen. But Alexa really loved playing the part of Sister Abigail. That was one of her. At one point, she said that was one of her favorite things she was doing because it's very creative and very showy. To kind of rip that from her and just place that on Bailey would be um, something that I would. I don't know. I could see a power struggle, but I don't want to take the Sister Abigail soul scenario from Alexa. It just doesn't. I don't know how I feel about that. That's all.
Yeah. Like, and my idea is kind of like the Venom.
Yeah, you're on the same page
thing.
with that. Then you have to eventually figure out a true host.
Well, because I mean, you can also still write it in the storyline where Alexa Bliss takes it back from Bailey, and Bailey gets spared from that.
She ends her career back in the hugger phase.
I was thinking that, but I was about to be like, oh, she's so hated that gimmick because she's like, how many people do I have to hug? Oh God, I don't want to touch that many people. Like maybe the kids, but it's gonna be grown ass smelly adults going, "Can I hug you? Oh, you're a hugger, right?" Like, yeah,
I'm a high fiver. Just walk up and just high five. just
hitting the elbows. Just
yeah. I'm a nodder. I just nod at you. Hopefully she's cool with that. Like I can nod too. Fantastic. Someone I ain't got to touch. Fantastic.
Oh, weird nod, just like, what's up?
What's up? Yeah, I'm not a hugger. I'm a nodder.
I'm a sup guy.
I'm a sup. Yeah. I think it's a great storyline. I just would like to make sure it's. I don't know if I trust the WWE writers to write it as well as like Supernatural or as the Venom series. Or Lucifer. I heard good thing about Lucifer, but I didn't watch it, so I couldn't say on that one. But
I mean, if you need comic book style writers, you get some for this. Because I mean, that thing has the lens.
It's two different things. That's one area that I don't think comic book writers work in this scenario.
So you don't only have the comic book writers in there, but you use them to have the ideas of how to do this scenario. You know, you do that work with them for a time, and maybe you keep them. Maybe they move on to do comic books again.
So we're going back to the idea that Alexa is the true host, but it jumps to Bailey for a while.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. And then it makes it back to Alexa. Alexa takes it back. It relieves Bailey. Bailey comes out of that no longer depressed, maybe revitalized in a way, because holy crap, she got that. She shed that depressed funk.
We could definitely do all that, and you know what? It seems as though they're hinting towards that with the temple rub and the video effect. I'm not disagreeing, and it could be fun. It could be a lot of fun because Bailey could be dark for a couple months to a year, and Alexa could go back to dressing like Buzz Lightyear for a short time. Yeah. Then eventually enact like a ultimate like sacrifice to take back
the like burden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this: I do think no matter whom is Sister Abigail, they really are missing the boat because they have separated them from the Wyatt Sick in terms of like what show they're on, and there's just not enough creepy stuff going on either show. Like there's not enough creepy stuff going on either show right now. Those guys came back and destroyed and pretty sure killed off Chad Gable at their return in the backstage area. And they have done nothing creepy like that since. Yeah. So were you watching when they returned, when they took over Raw that one time?
Yeah, they went into the back and like gorilla and all that, and you just saw them kind of like sitting around in the corners and whatnot, and you're like,
right, but everybody in production was all just jacked up and like a horror movie.
Yep. Yeah, I was definitely watching at that point.
Lily, thank you. It was killing me. I couldn't figure out the
Yeah,
doll's name. Yes. I don't remember who pitched it. I don't remember if it was Bliss or Green, but someone pitched it, and I agree. I think Chelsea Green could be a fantastic Lily. I think that'd be fantastic. I would love it.
that that could work really well within the next 6 months to a year. Because quite honestly, if they went this route, they could work that story for that amount of time. Okay, Chelsea pitched it. And
Okay.
with Chelsea's what is she calling her security team again? I forget
Uh,
how the fuck is she calling that?
security secret. It was something like
Uh, it's
it's a female version of security, but I'm
it's
blanking on it right now.
yeah, it's like a feminine pronoun mixed into it. Anyways, once once that kind of goes stale, if you don't think it's stale yet, I don't know. That's kind of debatable. Um, she once that kind of
He
works
really
through,
did. No idea how he recovered from that like in a week.
once they work through kind of that and that gets a little old, you could have her work into the storyline of becoming Lily.
Yes, I only feel bad for Nevin and Alba Fire at that point because they need to find their footing.
Well, I mean, you work them as a tag team and start giving them work. One, I think Piper really kind of has the chops to kind of. She doesn't have to be a sidekick at this point. I think she can kind of go.
Yeah.
The two of them could really kind of.
But the hard part is they don't have an aura about them. Chelsea's made herself an aura. She's a character. She's a great human being too, but she's a character.
Well,
Um,
they're not gonna get this aura if they're just saddled underneath Chelsea. I think Piper has the ability to do it, but she's got to kind of get freed from that eventually, and not necessarily just get out on her own. I mean, she could take.
she had her own run as Piper. She did.
Well, it might be time eventually to go back to that. She's had enough time here with Chelsea where she's ought to have picked up something. She
We'll get to that in 1 second. There, Ghostface.
can't just be the
Um,
tag along forever.
no, but you hope that somewhere in that tag along that she says a gimmick, a catchphrase, a line, a certain thing that she can then begin to develop her own Chelsea Green like persona. And I don't know if that's existed just yet. I don't know if that's hit just yet.
Well, if they're using it, if they keep the three of them together while it's a transition into Chelsea becoming the doll Lily, you find it there somewhere. You got
Yeah, they'd have to maybe somehow find that character while trying to fight to keep their president from turning into an evil doll.
yeah.
Which Ghostface, I agree. They could actually just be taking that idea and giving it to Bailey. They could be turning Bailey into Lily instead.
Yeah, they could do
Because
that.
creative has nothing going for Bailey right now. And Chelsea Green has been a whirlwind of her own ideas as she went every time. I mean, she pays tribute to everybody in different matches, whether it's Mick Foley in the street fight, whether it's potentially her own husband with the one-legged pants in the match that she wins her title, to all of her crazy sayings, to all of her fun titles for stuff and her crazy antics and the way her name is said and fighting for that. And she's a whirlwind of ideas. They might just let her go off and be like, Chelsea Green, you are writing Chelsea Green. Congratulations. You are killing it for this. But Lily's going to be Bailey because we don't know what to do with Bailey right now.
So if either one of them become Lily, do you then see them once they transition? Do they dye their hair blonde to match the doll?
Um, Maybe you could just have the doll's hair turn black before they turn. Like you could see maybe like the two adjusting to each other.
Like you make a new, like for like say Bailey, you make a new Lily doll where it's purple hair all of a
Right,
sudden.
exactly. And then something about Bailey has to start resembling what the doll had. Maybe some of her gear starts to look like something that Lily
you
would
you make the gear look like Lily's clothes in a sense.
right to a degree. Something that still works for her to wrestle in, obviously. But
Yeah.
yes,
I mean,
but yeah,
really
exactly,
you just need the pattern on the gear essentially.
exactly. That's exactly what I think I would do with that. Is have them go.
It still
Yeah, I was thinking
has
I
that.
couldn't remember if it was orange or pink, but yeah, orange hair. Yeah, I could see Bailey rocking orange hair, but then
Oh,
you
is
would
it
definitely need
orange?
to
For some reason
get
I thought
the
it was yellow. But either way, same idea.
right. Um, but yeah, you just have to have the two morph into each other, so to speak,
Yeah.
over the course of time. And I think that's I don't want to say the WWE writing is lazy, but I could definitely see them passing the idea on to Bailey if they have nothing else for Bailey. And Chelsea Green has been a whirlwind of ideas. So I could see that.
Yeah, I mean that sometimes happens. Someone comes up with an idea and it's just like, "Oh, that's a really good idea. Not for you, but for this person." Like
Right. It
happened
almost
to
like
that happened to Punk once in a while. He's just like, "No, no, that was for me."
right.
Fuck.
Button eyes. That'd be tough.
Yeah, you can't quite go with the button eyes. Maybe you represent the button somewhere on the gear.
Well, you have either contacts or you could do like a button face paint thing over it, but I don't know if that would work. Contacts would work. Contacts would be creepy.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Um,
quite do it like that.
yeah, but I don't think I could do the paint. I don't think the paint
I,
would look good.
maybe
I
like
think contacts.
maybe a big belt buckle that's a
I have
big
to look
button.
at Lily again. I need a good look at Lily because I need to figure out what would make sense costume design wise for this. Oh. All right, images.
Oh God.
Okay, so it depends on which one you want to go with. Like the new one has the button eyes and stuff, but the original Lily doll had red eyes. And some pink in her hair, some yellow in her hair, some orange in her hair. That seems to adjust. But they could do red contacts for sure. She could definitely dye her hair multicolored.
Honestly, with Bailey, the orange hair would look fucking cool as shit too.
Yeah.
She could go orange.
She before she had the button eyes, she had like deep blue mascara around her eyes essentially for eyeshadowing. And then the gear would be tough. You'd want to go with the new dress on Lily though, not the old one. The old one had Bliss's logo on it essentially. The new one has buttons and scissors and stuff. So you could get her gear looking like that with buttons and scissors and stuff. Red contacts, pigtails, deep eyeshadow around it.
Like Ghostface says here, they could go with custom glasses, kind of like how they do Jay's Jeet glasses, all in different colors. That just do buttons over it, where you just see through it.
True, but I could see her doing the red contact lenses and maybe the buttons over top of that, like entrance glasses out just like the Yeet glasses, and then going back to the contacts once you take them off. I need to minimize this again because I can't see myself in a delay. It's weird. I like that, and I think they could definitely do that for like entrance gear, and that's just something else they could sell for sure.
Oh yeah.
You know, they love pieces of merch they can sell. So entrance gear on the way down, glasses with buttons, take the glasses off. You have the red contacts that are from the original doll to still give you that same feel.
Oh, at that point they can start making like Lily masks almost, or like almost like a Halloween mask where you just put the whole thing on your head. Mm-hmm. Just go with that. They could sell a lot of kind of custom merch like that.
I wonder if that's what you're doing. I wonder if you nailed it, Ghostface. I was trying to figure out what they were doing and why it seemed so fiend-like with the way the screen warped the way it did.
I gotta rewatch that. I missed that part somehow. I must have looked
At
away.
the very end, she rubs her temples, and the screen does like a stretch echoing type deal.
Okay. Yeah, I
And
definitely missed that.
that to me was when it went from depressed to scary movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I remembered that there was that pitch of Lily becoming a person, but it might make sense for Bailey. Might make complete sense for Bailey. The only question then becomes is what does the power struggle between the Wyatt Sick and Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss and Bailey become? I almost say move a chunk of the Wyatt Sick over to Raw and let there be scary stuff on both shows. Let them kind of run in the background of both shows. Especially Netflix, because you're on Netflix, so do some cool spooky stuff where you can get away with it and be like a PG-13 or TV-14 rating.
Yeah, that might be the best fitting for it.
So if you have 2 or 3 members of a 6 or 7 member group on both shows, you can do spooky stuff all everywhere. You know, Bailey, and maybe you bring Gacy or someone or another one over, Dexter over to Raw with Bliss, and now Bailey is Lily, and now kinds of dark evil stuff happens. And then on the other side you have Nikki Cross on the women's over there with, you know, Uncle Howdy and other people, and they're doing their thing over there. Dark, scary, ghoulish stuff.
Some of those big reveal things is sort of what's kind of missing from some of these shows. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be as big as it was in the Attitude Era, because, I mean, they were running with the stiff competition against WCW and all that, and they were blowing up limos and pouring concrete and sports cars and so on. But that is part of what's kind of missing is, like, you can't do that every week, but some of it was really kind of helpful for engagement. And even if it's like a week that you missed, you hear about that and you're like, fuck, I need to stop missing weeks, because then I miss this stuff live and you have to go back and watch it. And you still get eyeballs on it, but, you know, it gets people talking and keeping viewership up and not bored.
Right. I agree with you. I think I like the idea of maybe them trying that. I don't think I know if it works or not.
Oh, that,
because they had a whole puppet thing. There was Sister Abigail. There was a buzzard of some sort. There was the pig, and they eventually became what you see wearing masks on the way out. But they could technically do whatever they want for additional dolls for the Funhouse.
It almost seems like if you do dolls for the Funhouse, you have to bring up what's her name from NXT to be part of it. Forgetting her name. She's always with her dolls.
You will remember this name. She is the last good remaining. Actually, Thea Hale is pretty good too. But she is one of the last beacons of light down there. You will remember her name. Thank you. Ghostface knows what's up.
Yes, Tatum. Tatum's kind of a hard name to remember.
I love Tatum. Tatum's great. I'm so sad they broke up my trio down there with Shotzi and PK or Gigi.
Yeah, Ghostface, when they kind of gutted all the women down there, what was that, a few months ago? That was kind of when at least I kind of tapped out. I think you kind of did at the same time.
Yeah, because my girl's gone.
Yeah, so we kind of took a break from NXT. And then they moved up, like, who we were watching. So Stephanie Vakir came up, Julia came up. It just...
I love
like
PK. I love Gigi Dolan. For the side note, I love that entire Chemical X group, Shotzi and all of them. So yeah, PK, Gigi was recently here. Totally had to have signed one of her style hats. That was great.
And Ghostface has a point with me bringing up Tatum. She could totally play Lily too. So you got like three possibilities.
She could. Man, Okay, I would want Tatum to play Lily more. I actually like that idea better, but Bailey needs something. So I
Yeah,
think they're gonna go Bailey with it. But I agree. I think Tatum would be a really good choice for that.
go Tatum, Lily, and you go Bailey taking on
Is Wendy
the
Chu still on the
temporary.
roster?
Um, I don't know. We haven't been watching.
That's true. She was another one too
uh,
that already rolled with pigtails also and was dark and evil, but
I feel like she went down to what was the other show that
she's on
Nikita
Evolve.
Lyons went down to. I think she might have went down to Evolve. Yeah, hey, that's right. Yeah, they sent a
So she's hanging out with Mr. Cartwheel and everybody else down there. What? How?
they they need to put some of those women down there, and that's what they did.
Not
That
Wendy. Wendy knows what she's doing.
I
That's ridiculous.
I know. I didn't
Wendy
realize
knows
how many.
exactly what she's doing. Sam Holloway, love him to death. Been wrestling for a couple of years. Came through our school in our area. He is on Evolve. That makes sense. Okay, that makes all the sense in the world.
No,
Wendy on Evolve. What?
I didn't realize how many people fucking hated Nikita Lyons and think she
Yeah, she's
belongs in there.
not. You
She
were
is. Yeah, she's not.
bro. You easily could have won president of her fan club pretty easily. There was
Yeah,
it was been like you and
that's
her mom.
me. it's
Yeah.
like yeah, it's just me. Just because I'm just like,
I wasn't gonna yuck your
damn.
yum. I wasn't gonna say anything about it, but I was just like, yeah, yeah.
Don't worry. The internet did that for me. It's just like
I was.
she sucks. She can't do anything. She can't wrestle. I'm like,
She can
okay.
work like nobody else, man. Let me tell you.
Get tagged on the butt for transition. Okay, yeah, all right. All right, fine. No one else likes her. Shit, fuck me. Whatever.
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't know
kind of
how.
just thinking with my dick there. I'm sorry.
It's
All right,
really
everybody.
happens. Happens. to the best
You
of
got
us.
me.
Okay.
Sorry. You fucking make me thirsty with all the other women on the roster. I picked this one, and that's no good. Apparently, I'm
They
sorry.
took mine away, so it's
Fuck.
okay. But at least that brought PK over by us, and I got to meet her again. So that was
Yeah.
all cool with that.
Not to be a party pooper, but we're on like an hour 12. How long you want to go with this? To be honest.
Truthfully, it's a really good conversation, but I should probably get some sleep before I have to go to work in the morning.
Yeah.
So Ghostface, I really hope you pop back in next time, because it's a lot more fun of a conversation. Because I was prepared to just rail on the fact that I thought that it was boring and talk about Cross and then talk about Bailey, but you brought a lot more life to the conversation. So please stop back by again.
Yeah, we weren't
we
going to
typically-
quite phone it in, but we were going to kind of.
Oh, I was gonna sound real negative. I wasn't
Yeah,
gonna phone it in, but it was gonna be real negative. Because I had nothing real great to talk about. Okay, and you brought some life into the conversation with the Bailey stuff, and I didn't even think of Lily. Not at all. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, if anyone ever wants to hate on Nikita Lyons, okay. I mean,
I was thinking
fine.
who else looks dark and evil, and I went from Tatum, who I do love in Chemical X when she was there, and I still love what she does now, to Wendy, because that's the last real feud I can think of, is they had that dollhouse match.
Yeah.
So that's where my train of thought went. And then I went, she has pigtails. Lily has pigtails. Wait a minute. Where did Wendy go? That was like, you saw the free flow of my train of thought into, yeah, Nikita Lyons can twerk like no other. Like that was like, that if you want to like a flow chart of my brain and how it works, that sentence right there pretty much sums it up right there. Great convo, guys. Tatum, she could totally play Lily. Wendy, she has pigtails. Nikita Lyons, she twerks like no other. That's a flow chart of my brain. So, yeah, we stream every Monday right after Raw goes off the air. Typically, we might be a little bit late if we get.
Yeah, a bit late this time. We were like about an hour late.
We were talking wrestling with another friend who isn't part of the podcast. So maybe next week we'll drag him in. But he's more of an old school guy and more of an AEW fan. So
Yeah,
Um,
he's been down on WWE for quite a while now,
yeah,
and I don't blame him.
yeah. Well, I think he missed a really good period of time. I mean, they were on fire for about 2 years there, where I think every show had something really kind of good going, and I feel like just as of real recently, it kind of slowed a little bit. Yeah, yeah. We jumped around a little bit there at the end,
A little bit.
just a little bit.
Yeah, we got off topic. Sorry.
I don't mind getting off topic for fun stuff, man. But let me tell you, I'm so much happier with this conversation than what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah, this was
I
a
was
lot
prepared to
better
be
than we
very
thought.
frustrated and very bored. Seriously, I missed probably about 15 minutes of show tonight just watching uh, an old MTV wrestling show called Wrestling Society X. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, we gotta do like a sit down and watch all that together.
Yeah, that would be fun. That had some people in it that was people may not realize. If you're not old enough to go back that far, X Pac was in it. Matt Sydal was in it. If you have a little bit of indie knowledge or a little bit of AEW knowledge, Jack Evans is in it. Seth Rollins, I believe, as Tyler Black is in it.
Oh wow,
Um,
I definitely gotta watch it.
Teddy Hart doing crazy stuff is in it. So yeah, it's my friend brought it up and I found the playlist on YouTube and I was like, this is ridiculous. And Matt's like, hey, focus up, man. Penta's talking on TV. And I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be watching that. Okay. So, but
Oh,
every Monday after Raw for sure. I usually post these on the Wrestling Mats YouTube channel as well, along with some shorts from live events I go to. We probably should talk more often. We try to do prediction shows before stuff, but that doesn't always work out. We tend to bounce in and out of Discord and stuff, missing each other right before live events. And then SummerSlam, for example, will start, and we both jump in right for SummerSlam as it starts. So we
so
don't have one for the show.
yeah. And with what you were talking about, I'm just gonna post that in your thing, Wrestling Society X, so that
Oh, if he
yeah,
wants to check it out.
yeah, in case wants to see what we're talking about there, you can
Yeah.
find it on YouTube.
Yeah. Twitter and stuff like that. We should probably make a Twitter show account at some point. Twitter hates me, man. Twitter lately, every time I post anything, it's completely like the very next thing says, hey, if you want to reach more people than three. Like I have 400 followers. I don't try very hard, but I have four. What do you mean only 3 people have seen this? Like, what do you mean? So I don't know. Twitter doesn't like me very much right now. Oh, on Twitter, I mean, you can find me at the same thing as my YouTube. I believe it's at Matt_Zimmer on Twitter as well. I'll double check that.
Yeah, I'd say nowadays
I'm sorry, it's at Matthew_Zimmer on Twitter.
if you can, just copy the link, put it in your chat there. So
Yeah, I just thought about that as we were speaking. Go to Twitter and copy that real fast.
Yeah, I'm personally not really doing Twitter really at all. If you look up Instagram, that's my name I use for Instagram, just as yeah, if instead of Twitter, Instagram, in case you use that. But you also got me with my Twitch, my YouTube's the same as my Instagram as you got here on Matt's stream, so you pretty much got our links. And we're here every Monday after Raw. So
Yep, pretty much. And yeah, I just had Twitter for the longest, and I think that's where I started going back to. I fell out of wrestling for a while, and got back into wrestling in like 2012, 2011 when NXT came around. NXT is what dragged me back into wrestling. My friends got me tickets to a live NXT event when they came to the town and when they came to Cleveland, and I fell back in love with it then, with Paige being in there and Finn Balor as the Demon and all that stuff. Um, that got me.
And
That
like
got me
20,
back into wrestling. So NXT was what did it. So, and
wait,
that's when I started building. Yep.
wait, 2016 when I came back home. That's basically when you guys started getting me kind of like into wrestling again, in and out, in and
Just
out.
followed you back. Awesome.
And I've now kind of more been into it for like what has it been? Has it been a year?
Uh,
It's on approach.
Almost a year, yeah, since you've been
Yeah,
watching consistently again.
I think it was somewhere in the fall. So
Yeah, you jumped
getting
in.
there.
Yeah, it was pretty much on fire when you jumped in, essentially.
Yeah, I
Like it
mean,
was.
I watched like last year's WrestleMania and all that, like because that was all building up and I was hearing the hype behind it, so I paid attention to that.
Okay, so you watched the big stuff. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched some of the big stuff, and then kind of officially jumped in somewhere in the fall of 2024, September, October, something like that. Probably October. But yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, we should go. I have work. My alarm goes off in about 4 hours.
oh,
4.5 hours, I think.
okay, let's stop doing the Midwestern goodbye and just go. You guys follow each
Yeah.
other. You at least got that going.
Yeah, we can keep in contact that way without much of an issue.
That works.
It was definitely good talking to you, man. I hope we see you around some more.
Yep.
And yeah, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah,
So
it'd be great to talk to you more.
talk to you later, guys.
All right.